Most people fear spiders because of the way they look, but among them are true monsters of nature. Some carry venom powerful enough to kill within hours. Others grow nearly as large as a human head, and some can run across water, hunt without webs, or vanish beneath the sand. In this video, 8 of the most dangerous and extraordinary spiders, each surviving by its own rules. The Brazilian wandering spider is one of the most dangerous spiders on the planet. Its venom is so potent that without treatment, it can cause severe damage to the human nervous system. But what makes this spider truly remarkable isn't its venom, it's its behavior. Unlike most spiders, it almost never uses a web to hunt. Instead, it roams constantly through the jungle, exploring trees and shelters in search of prey. That's exactly why it's called the wandering spider. At night, it actively hunts insects, lizards, and small animals, striking with a lightning-fast lunge. But what makes it even more dangerous is its aggression. When threatened, it rears up on its hind legs, spreads its fangs, and prepares to attack, a behavior that is extremely rare among spiders. Some individuals hide inside bunches of bananas, which is why the spider is sometimes called the banana spider. But perhaps the most unsettling trait is its reaction speed. The Brazilian wandering spider can strike almost instantaneously, and its long, powerful legs allow it to move rapidly even across vertical surfaces. Despite its danger, this spider generally avoids large animals and attacks mainly in self-defense. This is not just a venomous spider. It is a fast, aggressive, and supremely effective nocturnal predator of the jungle, one that almost never stands still. The Goliath bird-eater is the largest spider on the planet. Its leg span can exceed 30 centimeters, and held next to a human hand, it looks less like a spider and more like a creature from a horror film. But what makes it remarkable isn't size alone. It's its strength and behavior. The Goliath lives in the humid jungles of South America, hunting at night for insects, frogs, lizards, and even small rodents. Despite its name, it actually catches birds very rarely. This giant doesn't use a web to hunt. Instead, it slowly stalks its prey, then strikes with a sudden, powerful bite. Its fangs are so large they can pierce the skin of some animals almost like small needles. Its defense mechanism is equally impressive. When threatened, the Goliath rubs its legs against special hairs on its body and releases them into the air. These microscopic hairs cause intense irritation to the skin and eyes of predators. Sometimes, the spider produces a hissing sound by rubbing parts of its body together, an unusual behavior even among spiders. Despite its enormous size, the Goliath's venom is not considered lethal to humans. Its main weapons are sheer size, strength, and an intimidating appearance. This is not just a big spider. It is a heavy, ancient giant of the jungle, something that looks more like a prehistoric creature than an ordinary arachnid. The black widow is one of the most recognizable and dangerous spiders in the world. It is easily identified by its glossy black body and the vivid red marking on its abdomen, often shaped like an hourglass. But what truly makes it frightening isn't its appearance, it's its venom. Black widow venom is among the most powerful of any spider, attacking the nervous system and causing intense pain and severe muscle spasms. What's equally unusual is this small predator's behavior. Unlike hunting spiders, the black widow almost never leaves its web. It builds strong, tangled webs in dark, sheltered spots, among rocks, logs, or abandoned structures, and waits patiently for prey. The moment an insect touches a thread, the widow senses the vibration and strikes instantly. But what made the black widow truly legendary is a strange aspect of its mating behavior. After mating, the female will sometimes devour the male. That is exactly how the spider earned its name. Although this doesn't always occur, the fact alone has turned her into one of the most notorious creatures in nature. Despite her danger, the black widow rarely attacks first and typically bites only in self-defense. This is not a large monster. It is a small, nearly invisible spider that has turned venom, patience, and silk into a perfectly precise hunting weapon. The wolf spider is one of the fastest and most unusual hunters among all spiders. Unlike most of its relatives, it almost never uses a web to catch prey. This spider hunts on its own. Its long, powerful legs allow it to sprint across soil, sand, and rock, while exceptional eyesight lets it detect movement even in complete darkness. The wolf spider has 8 eyes arranged in several rows. 2 of them are especially large and reflect light at night, giving its gaze an almost feral, predatory quality. But the most extraordinary trait of all is its parental care. After laying eggs, the female carries the egg sac attached to her body wherever she goes. When the spiderlings hatch, they climb onto their mother's back and ride there for several days, sometimes even weeks. For spiders, this kind of behavior is exceptionally rare. The wolf spider hunts mainly at night, slowly stalking insects before lunging forward with a sudden burst of speed that gives its prey almost no chance of escape. Larger species can catch small lizards and frogs. Despite its fearsome appearance, the wolf spider poses little danger to humans and generally avoids contact. The wolf spider is not a master of the web. It is a fast, ground-based predator that has placed its bet on speed, vision, and active pursuit, making it one of the most effective hunters in nature. The camel spider, also known as the salafuge, is one of the most terrifying creatures in the desert. Although it is commonly called a spider, it is technically a separate group of arachnids with its own unique characteristics, and its appearance is genuinely monstrous. Enormous jaws, long legs, and a body covered in bristly hairs make it look like something from a science fiction film. But the most astonishing thing about the camel spider is its speed. It can race across scorching sand at remarkable velocity, changing direction sharply while in pursuit. And it does all of this without any venom. Its primary weapon is its powerful jaws, which it uses to tear apart insects, lizards, and small animals. Jaws strong enough to pierce the hard shells of its prey. Its nighttime behavior is equally strange. Camel spiders hunt actively in the dark, avoiding the blistering daytime heat of the desert. They have been known to chase moving shadows, which led to the mistaken belief that they actively pursue humans. In reality, the camel spider is simply chasing shade to shelter from the sun. Some species produce eerie scraping sounds by rubbing parts of their bodies together when threatened. Sensitive bristles on their legs allow them to detect ground vibrations and sense nearby movement with remarkable precision. Despite its terrifying appearance, the camel spider is not lethal to humans, but it remains one of the fastest, most aggressive, and most unusual hunters among all desert arachnids. The peacock spider is one of the most extraordinary and visually stunning creatures in the entire spider world. Some species are so small they could sit comfortably on a fingernail. Yet despite their tiny size, they are absolutely breathtaking. The males are covered in vivid patterns of blue, red, green, and orange, making them look less like predators and more like living jewels. And all of that color serves one purpose: the mating dance. When a male locates a female, he raises the bright sections of his body, fans out specialized colored flaps, and performs an elaborate sequence of leg movements, a genuine, full performance. Some movements are so rapid and precise they resemble a tiny robot or a miniature stage show. But here's the remarkable part: the female watches and judges every move. If she isn't impressed, she may simply attack and eat him. For the peacock spider, a mistake mid-performance can be fatal. Despite their dazzling looks, these spiders are skilled hunters. They don't build webs. Instead, they leap directly onto their prey, using powerful legs and exceptionally sharp vision. The eyes of the peacock spider can perceive color far more vividly than most other spiders. This is not just a tiny spider. It is one of the most extraordinary creatures in nature, one that has turned hunting, vision, and the art of performance into a way of life. The six-eyed sand spider is one of the most elusive and dangerous spiders on the planet. It is nearly impossible to spot because its entire body is perfectly adapted to life among the sand. A flat profile, long legs, and a sandy brown coloration allow this spider to disappear almost completely into the desert floor. But the most remarkable thing about it is how it hunts. This spider builds no web and rarely chases prey. Instead, it buries itself entirely in the sand, leaving only its eyes exposed, and then it waits, sometimes for a very long time, completely motionless, until an insect or small animal wanders too close. Then comes the strike. The six-eyed sand spider explodes from the sand, bites its prey, and vanishes back beneath the surface. What truly makes it frightening, however, is its venom. Scientists believe this spider's venom can destroy tissue and rupture blood vessels with terrifying speed, and there is virtually no antidote. Fortunately, this spider encounters humans extremely rarely, as it lives in the remote desert regions of Africa. Even among dangerous spiders, this one stands apart. No vivid coloring, no impressive size, only perfect camouflage, patience, and a potentially lethal bite. This is not an active hunter. It is an almost invisible trap of the desert, one that prey notices far too late. The fishing spider is one of the most extraordinary spiders in the world because it hunts where most spiders could never survive. On the surface of water, it builds no conventional web. Instead, It uses the water's surface itself as its hunting ground. This spider can run across water thanks to the unique structure of its legs and how it distributes its weight. It senses the faintest vibrations on the surface, those made by insects that have fallen in, or even by small fish moving beneath. The moment it detects movement, it launches itself toward the target with a speed that gives its prey almost no time to react. The fishing spider can catch not only insects, but small fish, tadpoles, and frogs, prey that is sizable and strong. Yet it subdues them quickly using venom and powerful jaws. Perhaps most remarkably, some species of fishing spider can even dive beneath the surface for short periods. They trap a thin film of air around their bodies, which allows them to breathe underwater for several minutes. These spiders live near ponds, marshes, lakes, and slow-moving rivers, wherever prey is plentiful and the water's surface is calm. The fishing spider is a testament to nature's capacity to break its own rules. A creature that by every expectation should live only on land has become a formidable hunter in the aquatic world. And that is what makes it one of the most astonishing spiders in existence. Spiders are not simply the small, frightening creatures we instinctively recoil from. Among them are venomous killers, giants the size of dinner plates, and hunters that pursue prey directly on the surface of water. Each of these species reveals just how diverse and how ruthless nature can truly be.